top story. Polling wound up today for the high-stakes battle in Himachal Pradesh. The BJP is eyeing a historic second consecutive term and they're banking on Prime Minister Modi, insisting that continuity is key to development. The Congress says this election is about local issues. Will the BJP succumb to the Himalayan states' Rivaaj or tradition of changing the government every 5 years, voting against the incumbent? The answer lies with the voters in Himachal Pradesh, who recorded a turnout of 66% on polling day today.
Braving snow and difficult conditions, voting in Lahaul and Spiti district of Himachal Pradesh. Equally enthusiastic were the polling officials. Chief Minister Jairam Thakur, who is appealing to people to break the norm and not vote for a change, visited a temple in the morning.
The rival factor निश्चित रूप से थोड़ा बहुत रहता है, लेकिन अब की बार मैं देख रहा हूँ कि इम्पैक्ट नहीं उसका। कारण उसका यह है कि कैंपेन फोकस थी। डबल इंजन की सरकार, फिर से भाजपा की सरकार, नरेंद्र मोदी जी और सारी चीजें जिस प्रकार से आगे बढ़ी हैं, तो उस तरफ ध्यान लोगों का गया नहीं। अंततः तो आज जब वोटिंग वाले दिन भी मैं देखूंगा, मुझे ये दिख रहा है कि लोग जब वोट डालने के लिए जाएंगे तो सामने नरेंद्र मोदी जी, सामने कमल का फूल, डबल इंजन की सरकार, यही चीज होगी देख रहे हैं।
After the death of six-time Chief Minister Vidarbha Singh, Pratibha Singh, who is leading the Congress in Himachal Pradesh, is confident the Congress's poll promises will convince people.
When we went into the field, obviously without Vidarbha Singh's face, without him not being there, it was a very, very difficult task for us also. But with times, everything settled down and people accepted that he's no more. But they look forward that it is his family, his legacy. They've done it earlier also. Now also we have hope that Congress will do the work and they will deliver whatever promises we have said. So that faith is there, and I feel that the common man will definitely vote for Congress this time.
Union Minister and MP from Hamirpur, Anurag Thakur, who got emotional many times in the campaign, arrived to vote with his father, Prem Kumar Dhumal.
That it is the Congress party who was in power in 2004 in centre as well as in state, who introduced the new pension scheme and rolled back the old pension scheme. So the onus is on the Congress party.
At Dhumal's stronghold in once a power centre, Hamirpur, also known as Veer Bhumi, the Agnipath scheme and the old pension scheme for government employees, a huge chunk of the electorate here, are major poll issues.
The youth also actively participated in the Himachal elections and openly put forth their issues.
मेन है बेरोजगारी। जो यंगस्टर हैं हमारे, जो स्पोर्ट्स में भी अच्छे हैं, सब अच्छे हैं, लेकिन अपॉर्चुनिटीज नहीं है उनके पास कि कोई ऐसी भर्ती में या कोई ऐसा कोई आर्मी में। आप
शिक्षा तो हमीरपुर पहले नंबर रहता है, शिक्षा की भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं। शिक्षा के यहाँ पे सारे इंस्टीट्यूट मैक्सिमम हैं। बेरोजगार की है दिक्कत, बेरोजगारी ज़्यादा हो गई है, युवाओं में रोजगार नहीं है, भर्तियां नहीं हो रही हैं, सरकारी पोस्टें नहीं कर रही है, उसकी भी प्रॉब्लम हुई है।
Himachal elections are important for BJP and as well as Congress. For BJP because this is home state of their party president JP Nadda. His prestige is on stake because rebels are blaming JP Nadda for their rebellion. And for Congress, because they've lost many elections. To go to Lok Sabha elections in 2024, if they win Himachal Pradesh, then their workers will have some confidence. And if they lose, then their morale is going to be low. In Himachal Pradesh with Vedant and Ashok Mahale, Saurabh Shukla for NDTV.
All right, on left, right and centre, will the winds of change blow across Himachal Pradesh or can the BJP beat incumbency? The state has had a 4-decade tradition of voting out the incumbent. Joining us, Alka Lamba, spokesperson of the Congress, Priyanka Kakkar, AAP spokesperson, and PKD Nambiar, political analyst and a BJP supporter. Ms. Nambiar, to you first, state elections are about local issues as opposed to national issues. Those are for national elections, that is politics 101. But here in Himachal Pradesh, you have the BJP fighting on the Prime Minister's face. Sachin Pilot says if the BJP had confidence in itself, then these tall leaders would not have to be roped in for this election, a sign that the BJP was in trouble.
See, if you really look at it, BJP is the only party which has got a tall leader like Narendra Modi. When you have such a tall leader and a biggest brand ambassador for the party, why shouldn't they use it? One. Secondly, over the last 8 years, they have been talking about a double engine sarkar, which you have, we have seen that result of that even in Himachal with the aims coming in, the road infrastructure becoming one of the best so far. You have never seen such kind of a development in the road infrastructure in the hill states, both in Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh. Despite the Chief Minister losing in Uttarakhand, and the entire media was talking about that, yes, it's going on, Congress is going to come back. But you have seen that the tradition has been broken and BJP came back to the power. So same is going to happen in Himachal Pradesh too. Another part is that this time, if you are seeing whatever we are talking about, this anti-incumbency. Traditionally, in the last 40 years of election trend, if you really look at it, that if there is an anti-incumbency, a strong anti-incumbency or anti-wave against the government, then what would have happened? There would have been a turnout would have been much more. Maybe it could have gone to 70, 75 or 80. But whereas it has come down as far as the current the data which we have, that means as compared to the last election to this election, the voter turnout is also come down. That means there is no anti-incumbency. And predominantly, I think I was still in the morning in your show NDTV, I was feeling that it is a neck fight. But today, when the election is out, I can really tell you that it is more of like a one-sided game.
All right. Well, I don't know what it says about federalism if you have development only if there's a double-engine sarkar, and does that mean, is it a threat that there is no development if you, like the centre will not cooperate or only cooperates with states that have their own party in power? But I want to go across to Alka Lamba. Let's try and fix PKD Nambiar's audio. Maybe you can log off and log in, PKD. Alka Lamba, but ironically, on one hand, you talk about central leadership, strong leaders from the centre being brought in. On the Congress, on the other hand, the central leadership seems to have been missing. Rahul Gandhi skipping Himachal mostly to be with the Bharat Jodo Yatra. And I ask this because, this is a crucial time. These Himachal Pradesh elections are coming ahead of 9 state elections due next year. And the Congress needs a psychological win to fire up cadres.
सारा ये सच्चाई सब जानते हैं कि श्री राहुल गांधी जी कोई भी चुनाव स्किप नहीं कर रहे। सब जानते हैं 7 सितंबर से भारत जोड़ो यात्रा चल रही है और जो मुद्दा हिमाचल का है, जो मुद्दा गुजरात का है, वही मुद्दे भारत जोड़ो में बने हुए हैं। बेरोजगारी, महंगाई, गिरती अर्थव्यवस्था, गिरता रुपया, धार्मिक उन्माद, इसलिए भारत जोड़ रहे हैं और उसका असर सीधा हिमाचल में आपको देखने को मिलेगा। सारा मैं 100 दिन वहां रही हूं, पूरे 100 दिन करके 10 तारीख को लौटी हूं। 12 डिस्ट्रिक्ट में से 10 डिस्ट्रिक्ट में घूमी, 2 डिस्ट्रिक्ट किन्नौर जहां 1 सीट आती है, लाहौल स्पीति जहां 1 सीट आती है, सिर्फ वहां नहीं जा पाई। इस आधार पर कह रही हूं हम जीत रहे हैं। क्यों? क्योंकि अभी आपने मुख्यमंत्री जयराम ठाकुर जी को सुना, उन्होंने कहा मोदी जी सामने थे। जयराम ठाकुर जी सामने क्यों नहीं थे? क्योंकि सबसे कमजोर चेहरा साबित हो रहे थे। तो अंत में जो चुनाव है वो जयराम ठाकुर जी का चेहरा हटाकर प्रधानमंत्री तक ले आए। हमारी कोशिश ये थी कि मुद्दा चेहरा ना हो, मुद्दा वहां के मुद्दे जो आप भी दिखा रहे थे। सबसे पहला मुद्दा ओपीएस, ओल्ड पेंशन स्कीम को लागू करना। हमारा उसमें क्या था? पहली गारंटी, पहली कैबिनेट मीटिंग, पहली मोहर ओपीएस पे, पहले 10 दिन में बैंक खातों में पैसा आएगा। दूसरा, 10 लाख बेरोजगारों की सौगात है वहां पर। हमने क्या कहा? हमने कहा कि पहले 1 साल में 1 लाख सरकारी पद जो खाली हैं हम उसे भरेंगे। महंगाई पर मुद्दा रहा तीसरा सबसे बड़ा महिलाओं के बीच में, 1150 का उज्ज्वला सिलेंडर सब्सिडी बंद। हमने कहा हम घर घर लक्ष्मी के तहत 1500 रुपए आर्थिक मदद इस महंगाई से लड़ने के लिए देंगे, वो हो रहा। सेब बागवान उचित दाम नहीं, जीएसटी 12 से 18% कर दिया गया, सब्सिडी बंद कर दी गई। हमने कहा सेब बागवान तय करेगा उचित दाम क्या होगा, हम सब्सिडी बढ़ने, जीएसटी बढ़ने नहीं देंगे।
Okay.
ये मुद्दे रहे, लेकिन भाजपा की जो कोशिश,
All right. So PKD Nambiar, the point is mudda. What is the mudda? First of all, the mudda they're saying is missing for the BJP, and then what muddas are put forward? Let's discuss them. In Gujarat, you have a Naroda Bhatia riot case convict's daughter getting a BJP ticket to fight the Gujarat polls. Himachal Pradesh, very different. There's only 2% Muslims over here. So the Hindutva platform that the BJP normally runs elections on may not work in Himachal Pradesh perhaps this time. So these, the mudda of Ram Mandir promises, that's probably not going to resonate. The BJP government says they'll implement uniform civil code. in a state election here in Himachal Pradesh, promising to investigate into the Waqf properties and alleged illegal usages. How does that resonate with the voter in Himachal Pradesh?
It does. I'll tell you the reason. The reason there is a perception, some of the media try to create that BJP always go to the elections through the Hindutva agenda or the Hindu phase.
Has that been proven here?
But
in this state, especially when there's only 2% Muslims, given these 3 points that I just mentioned?
How does that matter? Why do we need to divide that? It is not, see, there is a perception now we need to change forever. That it is minority does not mean that it's all about Muslims. Secondly, in many states in this country, the Muslims are not a minority. For an example, our own state, Kerala, Muslims are hardly any minority. In Jammu and Kashmir, they are not a minority.
PKD Nambiar, I'm talking about the BJP manifesto in Himachal Pradesh. Why does it emphasize these 3 points, for example?
No, one is uniform civil code. This has been this is not something new which BJP is talking about. BJP has been talking about uniform civil code at least ever since 40 years. I know when I was a 4 or 5 year old kid, then onwards I am listening to.
Secondly, where are the local issues?
Of course, any assembly elections will always be fought on the local agenda. Along with the party which is contesting, they have their own ideological backup to fight an election. Otherwise, how will you get back to the power? BJP is a cadre-based party, and the most of the cadres are ideologically connected. So they go with that victory. So what we need to look at it that from the point of view of the development, whatever government was promised before coming to power, have they been able to do it? I think to an extent they have done it.
I'll come back to you. 1 second.
Which will go for it.
All right. But, well, if the BJP does win, then after this, it would be purely on development. Then it'll be the issue of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, perhaps. But let me bring in the AAP over here. We have Priyanka Kakkar. Priyanka, it's a crucial test for the BJP. They hope to beat precedent. They want to return to power. It's also a crucial test for the Congress. They're looking for an electoral revival. But AAP in the middle of this seems to have lost steam somehow, and this seems to have become a two-party battle because you're really focusing more on Gujarat, which is the bigger prize.
Sarah, good evening to all of you. Sarah, we are working equally hard at MCD election and Gujarat and Himachal, and let the results speak for themselves.
But and is that why Himachal has taken a lower priority? Because you're right, absolutely right. You have the Gujarat elections. At the same time, you have the MCD elections thrust at you, and there's only one Arvind Kejriwal. He can only spread himself this thin.
Sarah will do reasonably well even at Himachal. Let me assure you of that. And why I say this, when you played the ground report of a person who asked what the mudda was, he said unemployment. Surely he could not be talking about Congress because Rajasthan has the highest unemployment in the country. Surely he could not be talking about the BJP. You know, I was listening to the BJP supporter and I don't know if he's the right person to be questioned, but I'll still try it. You know, he reminded me of the speech made by PM Sir during the Amrit Mahotsav, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav that was celebrated on 15th August this year, where he said that people must support BJP on two core issues. One being corruption and the other being Parivarwad. Now look at Himachal Pradesh, what has BJP done? You know, they have given tickets to all the sons of the incumbent cabinet ministers, to wives and daughters of sitting and previous legislators, to name a few: Rajat Thakur, Chetan Bratta, Anil Dhimman, Anil Sharma, Maya Sharma, Neelam Nayak, Govind Singh Thakurji. These are the few names. Then again, if you look at, if this is the attack on Parivarwad, they are saying, what is the attack on corruption? We look at Morbi. In Morbi, till date, we do not know who was the officer who gave a contract without a tender and is not named in the FIR. We don't know who that person was. We don't know why the Oreva company Malik was not arrested after a clear form of corruption has taken 150 lives. So where is the attack? Neither on Parivarwad, neither on corruption. And people, now Arvind Kejriwalji's model presents a very fair model of social and economic development. That is what we are taking everywhere. You vote for us, you will get free electricity, free schooling, free health services.
AAP has been saying no double engine Sarkar, they just need a completely new engine over here.
That is correct.
PKD Nambiar, quick response before I go back to Alka Lamba.
First and foremost is this Parivarwad which we have been hearing. What is Parivarwad is actually all about? That is inheritance. For an example, Veerabhadra Singh was the 6 times chief minister. and his wife becoming chief ministerial candidate, that is called as Parivarwad.
What
That
is
is called as Parivarwad.
What is Rajat
May I
Thakur,
complete
sir?
my statement? It's Sara, so I don't, fight. So I am only saying that if it is Parivarwad means that does not mean that if my son tomorrow or Sara's son tomorrow wanted to become an anchor again, so that is not a Parivarwad. If it is on its own capability
Sir, your
and
Jal
capacity,
Shakti minister got a ticket in Himachal.
Arey ma'am, can I ask you where is Yogendra Yadav, where is Prashant Bhushan, where is Ashutosh, where is
How are you attacking corruption?
Autocratic.
How are you attacking corruption in Morbi? How are you attacking corruption?
Sending a private limited company.
By putting the security guards
The people
in
like Aam Aadmi Party have no right, even they don't even understand what is democracy. Tell me how many founding members of the party is still there with the party. Can you tell me that how many founding members of the party is still there with you? I can name you at least
BJP has no idea, and you are reflecting
where is Ashish Khaitan? Where is Ashutosh? Where is Kumar Vishwas? So don't tell me that you wanted to run a private limited company.
Where is corruption, sir? Morbi, do you see the corruption?
Okay, one second. I want to stick on the topic over here. Alka Lamba, in the middle of all of this, even though AAP admits that they are kind of stretched thin by Gujarat and the MCD polls, the point is, and the problem for the Congress is that they have actually fielded candidates in all 64 constituencies in Himachal Pradesh. So they will be eating into the anti-BJP vote. That means basically eating into the Congress vote.
सारा बीजेपी ने पूरी कोशिश की थी शुरू में कि आम आदमी पार्टी उत्तराखंड गोवा की तरह कांग्रेस के वोट डिवाइड करे, और जयराम ठाकुर जी बिल्कुल नहीं चाहते थे कि अनुराग ठाकुर रात को 12 बजे बीजेपी के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जेपी नड्डा जी को उठाएं और पूरी आम आदमी पार्टी को भाजपा में मर्ज करवा दे। ये जयराम ठाकुर जी और अनुराग ठाकुर की लग गई थी इसमें, क्योंकि जयराम ठाकुर जी को लग रहा था कि नहीं, इनके रहने से हमें फायदा हो रहा है, लेकिन धूमल जी की एक लड़ाई थी कि इनका पैकअप हो गया और इनका फोकस पूरा गुजरात चला गया। डायरेक्ट फाइट हुई उपचुनाव, मंडी लोकसभा 3 विधानसभा। डायरेक्ट फाइट में हमने चारों, एक लोकसभा और 3 विधानसभा में बीजेपी को हराया। यहां पर भी जो मेन इलेक्शन है, सीधी फाइट बीजेपी और कांग्रेस में हम पूर्ण बहुमत से जीत रहे हैं। आपने सही कहा, इनका मैनिफेस्टो उठाइए। पहला बिंदु यूनिफॉर्म कॉमन सिविल कोड, 10वां बिंदु वक्फ बोर्ड की जमीनें। 2% वोट नहीं है हिमाचल में माइनॉरिटी का, और उसके बाद 370 आर्टिकल पर पूरा हिमाचल पटा हुआ था। प्रधानमंत्री जी की फोटो, कश्मीर मुद्दे पर हिमाचल में चुनाव हो रहा था। अगर हमारी चुनौती थी दम हो तो 370 पर 90 कश्मीरी पंडितों की हत्या हुई, उस पे कश्मीर में जम्मू में चुनाव करके दिखाई है। तो इनकी कोशिश पूरी रही हिमाचल के मुद्दों से भटकाकर राष्ट्रीय अंतरराष्ट्रीय मुद्दों पर लाए, जयराम ठाकुर जी से प्रधानमंत्री जी के लाए। लेकिन कांग्रेस ने राजीव शुक्ला जी और भूपेश बघेल मुख्यमंत्री छत्तीसगढ़ की सराहना करूंगी, पूरे समय हमें यही कहते रहे, क्योंकि 125 से अधिक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस मैंने की, पूरा हिमाचल घुमा। हमारा ये था कि हम भाजपा को हिमाचल के मुद्दों से भटकने नहीं देंगे, घेरेंगे और यही जवाबदेही तय करेंगे कि बेरोजगारी, महंगाई, अग्निपथ भर्ती जैसे ठेके की योजनाएं हो, सेब बागवानों के साथ होता अन्याय हो, सरकारी कर्मचारियों को ना मिलती हुई पेंशन, और फैसला इसी पर हो रहा है। और अभी मैं बता रही, चुनाव खत्म हो गया सारा, एक अभी मेरे पास ट्वीट आया है, मैसेज पार्टी ऑफिस से, रामपुर विधानसभा में निजी गाड़ी में ईवीएम पाई गई है। खेल तो अब शुरू हो गया है, इसलिए चुनाव आयोग को तुरंत पत्र लिखा गया है। मैंने भी सारे सबूत वहां का जो हमारा मीडिया है हिमाचल का, उसमें भी डाला, आप मेरा ट्वीट चेक कर सकते हैं। अब चुनाव हो गया, पोल हो गया, लेकिन अब ये जो खेल शुरू हो रहा है कि निजी गाड़ियों में ईवीएम का पाया जाना, मुझे लगता है अब चुनाव आयोग की साख पर सवाल खड़ा होगा। अगर आपने इतने हल्के में लिया हर बार की तरह कि ये तो ये ईवीएम थी, यूज नहीं थी, वोट नहीं था, कुछ भी हो, पर ईवीएम का, सरकारी संपत्तियों का निजी गाड़ियों में पाया जाना वोट के बाद, मुझे लगता है कि एक बड़ा खेल शुरू हो चुका है जो लोकतंत्र की हमेशा
the answers will be out on the 8th, but I want to give PKD Nambiar a quick 30-second response before we move on to the other big story of the day.
Whatever Alkaji just said, that clearly gives a feeling that the Congress already started feeling the heat of that they are going to lose this this battle one
आप लोकतंत्र की हत्या कर रहे हैं।
because the reason being that whenever
ईवीएम दिखाया गया है निजी गाड़ी में, इस पे कुछ बोलेंगे, इस पे कुछ बोलेंगे कि हाँ केंद्र सरकार, चुनाव आयोग इसकी जिम्मेदारी ले, सच्चाई का पता लगाए। अलका लांबा लाइव चैनल पर इतना बड़ा आरोप लगा रही है, उसकी जांच होनी चाहिए।
मैं आपको कह रहा हूँ जहाँ पे आप हारते हो तब हारने का आपको
यूं ही हल्के में नहीं जा
तब आपको लगता है कि बिल्कुल
चुनाव आयोग अगर सुन रहा हो, रामपुर
विधानसभा
हिमाचल में अभी गाड़ी का नंबर भी मैं बता रही हूँ.
All right. Thank you so much. The answer is now in the hands of the voters. We will see what happens on the 8th of December. But despite that fierce rivalry, as you can see, between the Congress and the BJP on our channel and everywhere on the ground across the country, take a look at this viral video. Amidst election heat, there is this viral video that's going viral, and it's showing some sporting spirit. You have a BJP campaign vehicle stuck in the sand, pulled out by a Congress's party's campaign vehicle, and you can see the pictures plastered on both of these vehicles of different parties, but they're being helped, and clearly the drivers are indifferent to the politics of both these parties. And of course, there's been a lot of reaction on this on social media, many of it humorous. I'm just going to point out what the AAP has been saying. The AAP has been alleging that the BJP and Congress, they play friendly matches, and they've been sharing this video of these mini trucks towing each other away to prove this point that they've been making. You have mini trucks decked with Congress campaign boards pulling out one another, another truck pasted with the BJP publicity material on a muddy roadside in Gujarat.